Hello everyone and welcome to today's stream where we're going to be playing Manor Lords. And interesting news came out about a potential, or well, not a potential, an upcoming update. They are changing the way trade works once again. And I know there's a lot of frustration about this, but I see the bigger image. Right now there's tier 1, tier 2, tier 3 housing. Getting up to tier 2 housing is fine. Trying to build everything that you need to meet the requirements, as well as gather the materials for tier 3 housing, takes an incredibly long amount of time if you are not blessed with the resources required from within your territory, which is causing a lot of people to save scum. You know, they go, I don't like this. Let's re-roll the world. I want to see Manor Lords get to a point, which is what they're aiming to do with the trade restructuring, to where no matter where you start, even if you don't have farmland or whatever, all it's going to take is a different approach, but you should still stand somewhat of an equal chance to progress. With that being said, if the update strikes us with our previous world, we're actually going to see everything in that world break down. So after reading what the update's about, including the new tier homes that are coming out, as well as requirements for the stone church, etc., we actually might be able to subvert a lot of those issues with a little bit of town restructuring. So we're going to get back into this and basically play the game, a new campaign to plan for the next update, to see if I can build that strategy into a structure. But also, I had so much fun with the fights that we were getting into with the previous map that I kind of want to take it up to another level. So let's get into the game and prepare for some crazy combat. We're going to hit new game. Call ourselves Jarl. We'll be this old guy. And we're going to hit continue. Now, this is where we're going to have a lot of fun. First of all, I want to try... it's not divided. Is it Devil's Hill? It might be Devil's Hill. Devil's Hill is the one with the resource-rich area in the middle, and everybody's fighting for it. That's like a King of the Hill map. We tried Lake Lim, and Lake Lim is a little rough because it just takes too long. There's Divided, where we have a mountain range in between. This is one of the new ones. I was not a fan of this one just because of the lack of water, but we haven't actually played Devil's Hill before. This also gives us some streamage to work with. So I'm thinking what we do is we start over here. No off-map adversary. AI opponents, let's turn to 2. We're going to put them together. Now, from what I've seen, they won't squabble with one another. They'll more compete with us, and I'm okay with this. Let's do frequent raiders. Raider free 3 years. Initial bandit camp 0. Spawn limit 5. Spring is good. Let's do double because we've done this before. Royal tax is normal. Armament delivery, yes. Balance. Oh, weather events we have to put on difficult. Standard, balance. Okay. And I definitely want to keep this on domination. Fractured Realm is the one that I wanted to do, I believe. Starting supplies double. Difficult. Frequent. Let's do 3 years. Let's do no bandit camps. Let's do up to 5 max so that we'll start seeing them propagate. AI aggressiveness, we put balanced, and they were still pretty freaking aggressive. 2 beards and a producer. How you doing, Dump? Good to see you, buddy. Let me give you a shout out, my friend. By the way, I do apologize for starting so late, guys, but I haven't been in the office the last few days, and it's been below freezing every morning. This morning up where I was at, it was at 18 degrees, which is -8 for Celsius users. Approximately. It's like a little less than 8, but you guys get the idea. This office, when I got here this morning, was so fucking freezing, right? I had to start a fire and stuff, and I was sitting there like Tom Cratchit and Ebenezer Scrooge, just like, ugh. Otherwise, I would have started about an hour ago. So this is what we're going to do. Now, with the way that we're going to structure our town, we're going to anticipate the update and what it will bring to us. That kind of might be impossible, but for example, one of the things that I'm probably not going to invest in is cobblers. Cobblers are now going to come in the new tier home. And for those of you who have no idea what the new tier home is, let me show you. Let's change that to this one. They look kind of cool. I have to admit, I'm pretty impressed with what they look like. All right, and then we're gonna shrink. Well, first I have to show it and then shrink it down because OBS is dumb like that. Okay, so this is what the new homes will look like. In the next update, they're also going to be changing how the brewers maneuver the barrels because it's not efficient. You know, in that time, sure, they'd roll barrels, but they would probably, depending on the city size, also have quite a large network of carts that would be picking these things up. Same with the charcoal. Yeah, this PC does too, but unfortunately, I wasn't going to freeze and play a game to let it warm up and then heat my office. But this PC's been off for a few days. So this is the next tier of homes that they're talking about building. It's in between 2 and 3. It's going to give you one more family, which means that tier 3 homes will give you probably an additional family, or they will just keep the same family. But this will allow you to gather land tax at an earlier stage without needing the mortar, the clay shingles, etc., etc., etc. So now we're going to be generating more regional wealth, and we're going to be generating more land wealth for when the taxes kick in, but this also affords you the chance to like expand, to have that 700 gold needed to take the next territory, which the way the game is set up now, if you spend the 700 gold to establish a territory with a lot of resources, you're not going to have much left over for mercenaries or land taxes, etc. So whenever playing with AI and you take a spot and it just so happens that all the other spots run out, the AI will be aggressively attacking you at your weakest, but you won't have money to defend it. You'll have to completely rely on all of your forces being in one territory, which is fine in the beginning, but as you'll see through this playthrough, once we control half the map, trying to rally all of my forces from one town and having that one town charge into battle, which should take a long time, they're going to be fatigued, and also most of my workforce from that town is in the army, which isn't ideal. And that's the one thing that's been holding us back. We've been victorious in all of our battles in the previous map, but because I didn't have a territory sharing the burden of levies, all of the levies were coming from that one town, and the economy would plummet. Food wouldn't be produced, firewood wouldn't be cut, and then the people would be miserable and freezing. So we need to rectify that for this playthrough. Let's go ahead and begin. And I'm going to hide this image. I just think it's cool that we are starting to see more mid-game development. So it's not just a race to the end game. Pause the game. New message. I will reunite. So I chose to put my people here in this little area where there's a crossroads, but behind the stream. Defensively, to me, this makes sense, right? Obviously, it's not a thing that we have to worry about bridges. You could build bridges, but it looks like people can cross at any point. They're very shallow. As far as resources go, we do not have any eels, which is what I was hoping for, or lakes. Berries way over here is crazy. These things being up here makes sense. And that means that we have no fertility. So we've got a little bit of emmer fertility, ironically, right around the clay pit. Not enough to justify changing our plans for. Rye fertility is a little more abundant. It looks like we have some over here. So we may have to make this area our farmland. The other place nearby that is a suitable farmland and has an unlimited iron deposit is this section right here. Mistlets just became our #1 prerogative. We need to take mistlets. What about the center area? The center area has berries, stone, iron. It's got a highland. This would be a beautiful place for a fortress. I'm not seeing a lot of resources that are very helpful, and it certainly isn't the most fertile place. So before we take Teufelsberg, we will need to make sure that we have some money coming in. There's also Lech, I think is how that would be said. Well, we see 2 crowns, so we know it's not an unlimited farming. How's the rye fertility? It's got some spots of rice. So number 1, we got to take Mislets. Number 2, we have to take this county so we could develop the stone required in order to upgrade our buildings to tier 3 all over all the counties. And then get ready to take Teufelsberg. The Grand Castle should be in Teufelsberg. So I think most of the things that we're going to be creating for this region are going to be isolated forts. So for this place, we would probably put a fort right up here. Yeah, I think that's where I'm going to put the fort. Okay, now we need to plan out our village. Obviously, we got to start down here. I know up there's berries, but we need to take advantage of this wild animals. So, the hunting lodge takes no building supplies. Wait a minute. I wonder if the goal for us should be to get them to run away and see if we can't get them to come up here. Ah! Nope, I need them to run away again. Jesus, Sun Yangtze, fucking how dare you. Oh, I already had it selected. Let's destroy this. We're gonna come back, build another hunting lodge. Where are you gonna go now? Perfect. Could not think of a more perfect place. Let's get rid of this. So this is interesting. It means that my camp here is going to be the furthest away from the town center, which means we need to build some food suppliers out in this region. Well, one thing I do like is I could see our lumber industry coming up this hill. It wouldn't make sense to cross up this way. It would come and slope like so until it gets to this plateau. And then maybe you would have a road that would go down. I've noticed, however, since they fixed the traffic, I'm not as reliant on loops. Instead, I might widen the road. And make a nice little double street all the way up. Just kind of following this through. Because it would make sense that if you were a lumber producer, you cut timbers and you were delivering timbers and other products, that you would have on this steep incline a way up and a way down. And we kind of see this in tourist attractions all throughout the world, where you have to climb up a mountain to see a village. Hello, Sun Yangtze. Or you have got to go to a temple. We see that a lot of the times there are sets of stairs with to traffic and back traffic, and these stairs were built a long time ago. So I would imagine you would see something like this with a little turnoff. We are going to need a lumber processing camp. We'll keep that at medium. We are going to need a hunting lodge with no trees being taken down. We'll keep that at medium as well. We are going to need to change this a little bit and get a storage system made. Oh. So let's bring... Actually, where's the rye fertility? Rye fertility's up here. Let's build a road up this slope and prepare for when we take that other region. Rye fertility. And then we'll build a crossroad stemming from here traveling along the flat of the slope. This will isolate where I'm going to farm. So now we have it planned. We could put the farmhouses on this side. So I'm thinking that our first storage facility should definitely be the granary because we struggle with food. We are definitely going to put that right here. Let's ramp this up to the highest priority. Then we also need a storehouse. Now, the interesting thing is berries don't really have much stuff that you need for the storehouse, except for the herbs. We don't have farms up here yet. This will produce pelts, but we'll have our fire producers. I think the smarter thing for production-wise is to build our main store, our first storage building right here. Okay, so granary up here. We'll see the food being taken. That'll be useful for when we start getting the rye. Again, I'm planning way ahead. Not the most strategic thing to do right off the bat. I also noticed we have an interesting King's Road here. Which means, as much as this, well, and that's the trade route. Well, no, because we have a trade route here. No, it would make sense to build the market and stuff right over here. So again, we're planning ahead for trade. Let's go to our market buildings. And I want our first market to be right here. Actually, I want our only market to be right there. That is the most efficient market I've ever seen in this game. Let's get rid of this road then. Look at that. That's pretty incredible. Okay, so the biggest mistake that I make early on is I try to build a town center. I don't want to build a town center this time. I think our hunters and our berry pickers are going to be the same family. And we don't want to build in the middle of this stretch. In fact, realistically, we don't even want the farms to go beyond this point right here. Wait, where's the... Oh. Wait a minute, is this disconnected? No. Okay. So now we know where our farmland is going to be. So all of our lumbermen, all of our early career folks are just going to need homes. So we could start here. One, two, three, four, five, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. One, two, three, four, five, 6. No. You know what? I'm doing this all wrong. I'm doing it all wrong. I would imagine the family plots would have interesting shapes to them. So if we are going to build back here, let's take a crossroad that kind of does this. Build. 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 Okay, and then we're going to build 2 plots over here. And then we go all the way up to the corner. Okay, so I wanted to still maintain the curve. Oh, I see. We need to build this home first. Here we go. Straighten as much as we can. Let's make it just a singular plot. Okay, this will be the farmer, the hunter, and the 2 support families, right? Which will most likely be the lumberjacks. Now, where did that pesky road go? Aha! And let's make this a singular plot. 1, 2, 3, 4. We need one more home. Now we know our poor lumbermen are going to need a home too. So let's go over here and build this all the way up here. Actually, we could start here. Build it like this. And let's give them, because they're going to build big properties for themselves. They're the first people in this village. Now we're going to have some fun with this. And build some bulk homes there. These are going to be the backbone of our lumber industry. These people right here. Now, that does leave us with 0 of everything. But we have enough to get us started. Oh, actually, there's something else I need to do. This is the storehouse. Let's get 1 hitching post, 2 hitching posts, 3, 4, 5. We're going to need some at the market. So right over here by the water, we'll go 1, 2, 3. There they go, my wonderful little people, grabbing their supplies. Now this is going to take a while, because they have to go all... Ew. I should build a more efficient bridge. Nah, it's fine. They're going to come up through here and head to the granary, and then they're going to head back for their stone. It's going to be kind of a monster of a trip. So we need to change our strategy here. Let's do very high on this one. Highest on that. And just pray for no rain. If we can get that storehouse built and get a family on the storehouse, they'll start bringing the stone and everything that we need closer to the other one. I will admit, no Sun Yangtze, I lost interest. When I watched the prequel series, I'm like, wow. I don't know. Just hearing how George R. R. Martin was like, they were pushing me so hard to release the last few books that they came up with their own story in the writing room. I was only an advisor there, and I don't like how it went, and that's why he hasn't finished Game of Thrones. But that Tigerian series, I think they, I don't know. It was definitely Game of Thrones, but I didn't find any of the characters particularly likable, which is why Game of Thrones was so powerful. It was when you fell in love with Theon, and then he betrayed you, and you're like, oh, and then he gets captured and tortured, and you're like, okay, man, he didn't deserve that. And it really makes you understand the morality of, like, you're right, he didn't deserve that, and as much as we love Eddard Stark, he was cutting the heads off of people who were fleeing, which technically broke the law, that didn't really deserve that. And there was that moral quandary. But holy shit, the second Game of Thrones show is just so... the characters are so unlikable. I just couldn't. So when this show comes out and everybody's like, it's good. I'm like, bro, I heard that about the second show. Not really a bunch of Joffreys. More like everybody's a Littlefinger. And everybody is... There's no Tyrions. There's no likable, you know, Mormonts. There's no Jon Snows. It's just a bunch of Littlefingers and that one fucking dude who is in charge of the Black Watch before You know, the one that kills Jon Snow. That's all it is. It's just those assholes. And it's like, man, I don't really give a crap about any of these people. It is interesting seeing, I very much chose the worst place to start my people, but I had no idea the resources would be up here. Yeah. And that goes to show you, though, like, you know what? I'm going to pause the game here. What you just described, for me, anyway, is, like, not indicative that Game of Thrones was badly written, right? That passion you feel against Joffrey was because they did such a good job, because it's in the books, of what an evil little spoiled monster that freak was. And I think that's a tribute. Hating the characters in the second show because they're just not written well, it was a different experience. But I think it goes to show Game of Thrones did an incredible job writing when people, and you're not alone in this, stopped watching it because they hated Joffrey so much. Even if you were like, hey, he gets, you know, he gets his. It's like, I don't fucking care. Like, goddamn. There we go. Now they're going to build the storehouse. We're going to lose all of our fucking food. I gambled poorly. That's okay. We'll recover from this. I just need the families to get over here and start building. I know a family is hungry. I'm well aware. And then we'll take the hunting camp and put this at the highest as well, because there's no resources needed. Let's get a family on this right away so we can get the resources closer. Let's get a family on this right away. How about we stop at 10? I know everybody's upset. They're almost done with the granary. The granary needs logs, but I had to have the oxen deliver the logs elsewhere. We could also bump this to the highest and this to the highest, because once these are built, I can order more oxen. That'll speed things up quite a bit. Then this needs to be set at high. We need that lumber camp. Actually, the lumber camp can be last. I need homes built. So... high, high, high. No, 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 no. Medium, medium, medium. We need to make these high first. High, high. Okay, this is almost done. We're just waiting on logs. Hitching posts are done. Let's order some oxen. Yeah, I know. Hunting camp. Don't worry, we're getting there. Generic storage is full, but not the pantry, so we're doing good. And our second oxen is here. That's going to help a lot. What are you doing? Are you really carrying stone the long way? I guess so. All right, people, we don't have very long, so let's get this together. I need to get that berry picking place up and going as soon as possible. Twitch is going to run ads for an hour. Oh my god, a minute and 30 seconds. An hour, Jesus. You know what? This coffee is disappointing. Okay. All right. It is now July. We should have this almost done. Where the fuck are these guys going? I have no idea. Like, everybody's hovering around this building. Are you taking the log up there? Oh, good. You are. Good, good, good. This is what we need. Already we've got more animals. Pantry has completely been drained. And now we just need the people to come back and build that. My approval's at 4%. That's not good. But it will get better. Once they build this and we get a market built, we're going to start seeing this number tick up. There we go. Now we can breathe a little bit. Family's left the town. Never mind. We're in trouble. There we go. Bro, do something. Oh, they're going to build. Got it. I know. Man. Man alive. Guiding an ox, which they shouldn't be doing. Once that market is built, they'll start doing their job. And once they're no longer homeless, they'll also be happier. Come on, build your market. Why aren't they finishing the market building? What? Is this glitched? They didn't finish the markets? That's crazy. We may have to restart this one over. So let's do that real quick. That was bizarre. I didn't realize it was going to rain that fucking soon, dude. Oh. Alright, let's do this. Hi. 3 free years, no initial camps, 5. Absent, balanced, K. More aggressive, double the yield. I want to go and put myself here. We'll put this guy here. This, actually, I only want 2. There. Let's do it this way for Devil's Hill. And hit begin. Because then we'll be more centralized. Yeah, I said it. I said the ads were going to be an hour. That's insane. That's insane. What was I thinking? Okay, pause the game. All right, we have an unlimited clay source. We no longer have an unlimited... Wait a minute. A farmland? Okay, things have changed now. Things have changed a lot. Let's do what we... I know this is going to be silly, but whatever. Let's do what we did before and get them to move. Right there is perfect. Oh my god. I could not think of a more perfect placement for them. So let's... So here's the King's Road. We're going to get a hunting and foraging family built up here. So we're going to move this like so. And then we're going to plot out 1 burgage plot. But it's going to have 2 families. And you know what? I forgot. The strategy is to make it a little smaller. You know what? Let's actually do it a strip. Like so. Perfect. We'll have 2 families here. A foraging family. And they will also have their own little garden. Okay, they're going to make carrots. So let's go into the storage. No, not the storages. We'll go into the forestry and we'll build ourselves a hunting lodge right here. And then we'll build berry production right there when the time comes for it. I still like the idea of building our lumber industry based off of this. And we'll have it come up like so. After this, we should save. So that if I ever go, oh, you know what? I should have done this. I could just come back to this save and just do it. Save scum, if you will. All right, we've got a to and fro on that one. Let's hit save. Done. Lumber production out here is not the worst idea. So I'm going to pop that right there. Now, I already know this needs to be medium. Because we're not going to worry too much about how everything's going to break down. We are still going to put our markets over here. Because I really like that idea. We've got our iron here. Our stone here and our clay here. So let's put the first storage building. No, we made this mistake last time. There is some precedence in the medieval ages of having the market near a stream. Especially if there were small boats, rafts, taking goods up and down the stream, the access to water, as well as the access to the trade road. So I think our first granary should be built here. And I think our first storage should be built right next to it. The granary we're going to put at the highest priority. Then we're going to put this at very high. Okay? This will be our marketplace. Let's get that built now so that I don't forget about it. I forgot about it last time, and they got very upset. And it was totally avoidable in the last playthrough. That'll be the only market we need. We might even be putting the church right here. We'll have to find out. I don't know. I don't want to plan the center of town yet. I'm going to plan the urban area later. So that's not too far off. I could see an advantage to building a bridge here once we get the saw pit built. We have 2 families taken care of home-wise. If we're going to be building this here, I want to go back to the idea of having some burgage plots for the lumberjacks. So let's swing this around and do so, and like so. And then the rest of the homes will be right here. That's 6 families. We'll do this for now. We still have 4 logs left. We have our hunting lodge being built. You know what? Let's just get the foraging lodge put into place because it's that important. Okay. And we are going to need some hitching posts. We're going to put these near the lumber. We're going to put these also near the stables or the trade center. So if we build a road from here to right here, that'll leave us room to do 3 of those guys. And then I can take this road and line it up like this. And now we have a tight-knit little square. So let's start with this and change priorities. We've got highest, very high. We've got high. No, actually, we did this wrong before. Let's go high, high. Very high on the hunting camp, very high on the forager hut, and we're going to go with high. I want to prioritize building the burgage plots so that we can get farms going right away so that maybe we can hit a harvest by the end of summer. Because we need to have food for the winter. I will unite these lands. We could also build the saw pit. And then we can build the woodcutter's hut. What I might do for the woodcutter's hut is I might have a little road that kind of comes off here to keep them away from most of the other lumber production. I don't want our woodcutters to have to fight for wood. All right? Let's keep everything else on medium and we'll see how this plays out. Because I think in order to build a road from our supplies temporarily over this, we would need 20 planks. So we're going to have to do that. All right, my little minions, hurry up and build. We could bump these up to high. Very high. Let's make these very high. I need more oxen, for sure. That's got to become my primary focus. At least one. And then we'll use the rest of the silver to build the first field. I'm not entirely sure why you chose to drop it off there when I clearly put this as the highest node building. There you go. Please go this way. Where? What? Oh, there's another bridge. Okay. Hey, if it's faster, it's faster. That's exactly what's happening. They're all grabbing this. Well, these guys are going to go tamper the dirt and then have to turn around and come back. So, if they want to take this route, We could build a temporary road here. They travel faster on roads. We're going to get rid of these the moment that we get our resources put into the sheds. No, the moment that the homes are built. That's when we'll get rid of them. You know what we should do is take a look at our surroundings. Holy. Okay, so Misslits is still looking like a pretty good region. We need to focus on something that's got... Oh, there it is. Wait a minute. And farming? Yo, if we took these two areas, we would dominate the farming market. Damn. Okay, well, what's in the center here? Unlimited stone. So this would be self-sufficient for a castle build. We can take this at any point in time. We got our unlimited clay. I think we go 1, 2 for the unlimited iron, 3 for some food variety. That's the plan. All right, Bob's your uncle. Just needs one more log. They're going to come and stamp out the property. I know we're losing supplies. Already the food is going away. We're back in the race we were before because of the stupid spring rains. April showers brings moldy bread. Now, if I were in a survival situation, I would actually build a roofed, kind of like a smoker, but I would build shelves to keep my bread off the ground. They would still be susceptible to insects, but you'd be able to protect it from rain fairly easily. Especially if you took some canvas from the tent and draped it over it. I don't know why that's not an option. Yeah, we only have 18 of the 30 bread that we started with. Holy shit. All right, people. Let's keep her moving. Is it a bridge to... it is a bridge. So the stream is deep enough to require a bridge. Interesting. All right, this now has the wood it needs. We're just waiting for our people to bring the stone. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Which means we'll be at 6. So one more pass of stone and then they'll get the granary built. We also only have 9 loaves of bread left because yet another shower. This isn't looking so good for us. Okay, granary's finished. Let's get somebody on it. They'll build their little market. Hopefully it'll actually... I know a family is hungry. We're working on it. We need to come over here. Has this been built yet? Where are these buildings at? Oh, I'm looking at the wrong spot. This has not been built yet, but it will be. Yeah, now they're starting to split off. A family's already left the town. This is going well. But does moldy bread bring penicillin? I believe penicillin was first discovered to be able to actually be cultivated off of cheese. I think that's how they were able to mass produce it. All right, let's get ourselves an oxen here. They're going up. We're going to get some food going, okay? This is what we need. I know we're kind of working on it. We'll get a family associated to this ASAP. Bam. Advanced. 10. No, 8. 8 with the small animals. Okay. That just needs one more log. Unfortunately, our oxen is out and about somewhere. Probably... Oh, there it is, dropping off the log. Good. The moment he drops off the log, all of my builders are going to be like, oh! We could build that now. Let's get building. They're probably going to come up here. Nope, they're taking the long way down. That's fine. And there's our other oxen. Okay, so now we've got oxen working for us. We're not going to spend any more silver. I need one of these to become a crop. Happiness is going up. Where are they? There they are. Get to building, folks. Oh no, you're the granary worker. You're doing your job. That's fine with me. There we go. Let's get this up. Come on, everybody. Let's get building. Now, we only have one building family. He's going to build the homes. We need to bump all of our homes now to the highest priorities. So, let's take this home over here and make it the highest. This home can be very high, and then this home can be high. We need one more family to move in before we can start processing lumber. Once these get taken down to 8 animals, we're going to return you to the workforce. Once this is built, we'll be able to get somebody foraging. It'll just give us a little food. And food will attract people. Right now they're kind of miserable because they're wet and they're homeless. I get it. But with 4 families, it means the need for firewood will be less immediate. So this still gives us some time. And then the moment that this thing is built, we need to build the other building for it. So, we need wood for that. Okay. So now we've come into the dilemma where we need this to be of the highest priority. Yeah, flatten that out so that they could deliver logs to it. We need to get one more family into... Well, you know what? Actually, let's do this. How about that? That'll give us some wood. And then we can come back over here and say, hey, another family, please. This is at the highest. They'll relocate the 2 wood over there. Firewood needs to come before we get sawed planks. We're also going to harvest that iron pretty quick so that we can get some... I want a full company of spearmen, and then the rest of them are going to be swordsmen. And we're also going to work on bowmen. Archers. Now, the main reason why I'm doing that is because they're affordable to make, and I can disband them at any time so that I have each county contributing an equal amount of troops. Abandoned camp was sighted. We're going to start losing supplies. In about 5 minutes, we're going to have a 1 and 30-second ad on Twitch just to give you guys a heads up. Remember, if you're subbed, if you have Twitch Prime, gifted sub, or if you have Twitch Turbo, you can ignore the ads. Okay, so we should see... There we go. Now it's got all the wood. There we go. It's been built. The rest will require planks, but the advantage is now we've got somebody we could put over here. And they're going to harvest those mushrooms before the mushrooms go bad. And then one more home for the family. That'll get rid of our homeless penalty. Now that we've got people, we can temporarily take our family off of this and then put them over here. That way we still have one building family. Because we're going to need to build burgage plots for these homes. Okay, this has been completely harvested, so let's take them off of this and put them onto here. And actually, the interesting thing is I can go to the people tab and make sure that this is the family that's hunting. That way they live right next to it. So all of our families now have 3 people. We'll be able to produce much quicker. Unfortunately, it is about to be winter, and we're only going to be relying on... I know you need maintenance, but you're going to have to chill, bro. I need wood. Okay, we are at 8 animals, so let's take you off of the hunting camp. Move you back to the storage. Okay, so we are chopping wood now. We have two. That should be enough to build our saw pit. Because again, once we can get our food supply up, we'll be in good business. Keep watching those animals. Once they get back up to 16, we'll rotate somebody to that position until we get a 5th family. There we go. Once we get a couple more families in the area, we'll Now, our storage families need their own homes. So I would imagine we would actually see their homes build probably along... Oh, you know what? That's not a bad idea either. What if this road came out of here? And then came across like this. And then we did this. We cut this right down the middle. Nope. That wasn't really the middle, was it? To tell you the truth, neither was that. So let's do this. Again, it does not have to be super perfect. They were capable of building straight roads back then, but I don't think a hamlet of this size would have given a shit about the potentials of it being a city in the future. There we go. Yeah, I kind of figured the bandits stealing would be a problem, but there's not much we could do. Alright, let's build another home. We should be getting a new family soon. We just got a new family, so let's bump them over to plank production. We're going to go to advanced planks. I want 50 planks. And we need another family to move in to work our food. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have 6 planned homes. Once we can get 50 planks, I'm going to take them off of this, and then they're going to move over to firewood. We have another free family, so let's move them over to the, actually, what's your people doing? Unassigned, good. You can be our hunters. Get us some food. The botched saw pit, love that. Love that they totally wasted some timber. You know what? That's enough to get us started. Let's move this family over here. Now, as for this area. These will be our first strictly granaries, strictly warehouse families that we're going to have. We were able to recover this. It was an ugly start, but some sacrifices had to be made. I bet you that family who moved out is going to be kicking their butt. They just had to suffer one brutal winter, that's all. There's some logs out there. We have 8 total timber. We should be able to build those homes in no time. I know it's cold. My people are getting on it. They just need to hurry up and get to the... Well, are you guys working the wood? So we got the firewood. Yeah, so firewood cutter. And are you guys working the wood cutter? Perfect. That's exactly what I want. I want everybody to be near their businesses. Now that spring is approaching, we're going to click on this field here, and we're going to turn this into a vegetable garden. We're going to turn these 2 into vegetable gardens. And we're going to turn this one into a vegetable garden. Okay? We need to hurry up and build these so that we can hit the next advancement panel. Where we are going to start, of course, taking the regional wealth, because that's the best one that we can have. And I think the trick to this will be to remove people from the storehouses to prepare for these other families. Okay, we're done building this. Oh, we're not done. Okay. It just looks like we're done. That needs one more plank. Where's everybody hovering right now? I can't see any of my residents. Oh, yeah, we could get rid of this. And then we're going to get rid of these roads. I could see somebody creating a path. Like so. Just because of desired pathways and how people's psychologies work. I could also see this being built. Well, let's see. We've got a road here. Something like that. There we go. That'll increase our speed of production as well. How much planks? That leaves us with 4 planks. All right. So, we could get carrots and we'll have to save money for the rest. In order to get money, we need these to be built, which is the next priority. They already have all the wood. We're just waiting for the builder family to get up there. Again, we're running low on food, but it is April. So once we get all these animals down to 18, we can turn around and start harvesting mushrooms. Woodcutter's Lodge is full, I know. You'll live. We'll get some granaries and storage on that side as well, because we do need something a little closer to where we're going to be putting our farms. All right, Burgage Supply has been completed. Bump it up. And build that. This is where we're going to see our town's population bump up. We're going to get the perk that establishes our specialty. These guys will take this shortcut, which will get them there instead of going all the way around. There we go. And I can already see there's going to be a desired pathway like so for oxen. Please deliver it at the same plot. Thank you. All right. Once that gets built, we'll have 2 free homes. Because I don't think families move into them while the house is under construction. Pika Blue, hello and welcome. Pika, I don't have pictures to show you yet, but that's because while I was working on moving the fridge, moving our meat freezer, getting the new fridge, because we're going to have 2 fridges and a meat freezer, unfortunately, my son fell asleep because he's dog tired. So when I woke him up and said, hey, let's build your computer, he's like, can we do it tomorrow? I was like, sure, we'll do it tomorrow. I mean, it's just a day wait to hang out with my son and do something cool. That's fine. I'm not offended by it. Thank goodness. Now we're going to start seeing people move in because we are at 54%. And they're taking our hides again, which, again, not a big, huge problem. How much wood do we have? 26 months? Okay, we could take you off the wood now. We could put you on the saw pit. Still hunting the animals. I'm gonna miss the spring fungal thing. Oh, wait. Hang on. I have to do it this way. People, I want you to be... Yep. There we go. Leave the animals alone for a bit. Just because the mushrooms are so easy to get. And now we can start... No, 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 no. I did that before. There we go. Yes. Close. Let's form the militia. There's a bandit camp right there. If we take that bandit camp, we will get influence and some coinage, which will allow us to plant more crops. And get some early game farm animals like pigs or chickens. Or goats, because goats give you a chevron, they give you the milk, and they give you the hides. I know there's not enough food. We are working on it. Unfortunately, there's nobody moving in. So, that's kind of what we're waiting on right now. We do have enough building materials that we could start to put another storage system. That we're going to need in the future anyway. Future plans. Which means the next group of homes that we're going to have are going to have to be built in this opening here. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, 8, 9, 10. Spin it around. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven. You know what? Let's go duplexes. I know that's not the strategy I normally do with these group. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. While this won't be a town center, it's going to be our farming mega mall. Got invited to a wedding today. Didn't even know your mate was any close to getting married. You know, honestly, that happens to me a lot. People are like, hey, I was wondering if you'd be, you know, if you want to be in our wedding. And I'm like, nope, I didn't even know you guys were getting married. Yeah, we've been engaged for like a year. I don't keep track of that crap. I know that sounds so heartless, but I try not to get involved in people's relationships at my age until they've been married for a while. Once they've been married for a while, shit. Comrade Albatross. When you build, it says inside how many houses... Oh, I know. It tells you in the little thing like, oh, 16 burgage plots. But I visualize what it will look like after we upgrade it to tier 3, because the houses shift around. Some of the ones that'll tell you, oh yeah, there's 2 here, but you don't realize that the side building is in the back corner or off to a weird angle, and then when you upgrade them to tier 3, they look stupid and hideous. Wedding is in a week. Yeah, I'd be like, nah, thanks. I'll support you, man, but, like, not only is that really short notice, but personally, I don't like weddings. And this is a married man, although I eloped, because I think weddings are really stupid. But that's me, that's just my opinion. It's not, like, something I expect other people to share an opinion on. Okay, we have another family that moved in, which I bet you is, whoops, right over here. Is it the same house or is it this house? So it is the same house. Let's assign you to the storehouse. Now we can start cooking with fire. I'm going to come over here and tell the people who are working as a granary worker that instead... damn it, I hit the wrong button. I even knew it too. My brain was like, don't do it! Instead, I'm going to have you work at the hunting camp. There we go. Long, skinny territories like this are always kind of funny to build for. Granary worker, warehouse worker. There we go. And they should take over those stores. We shall see. Wow, supply and demand is right on point. Well, yeah, it's because we don't got nothing. We are generating some coin from just having the burgage plots. That's going to help us in the longer run. And we are getting our crops of veggies in, it looks like. Which ones? Carrots, yep. So we've surpassed our threshold of desires for food. You are on the saw pit. You just keep doing what you're doing. You keep doing what you're doing. We've got a little bit of a traffic jam here, but there's not much I can do about it. Let's kick this up to the highest priority, and we'll kick this also up to the highest priority. Now, there is one thing that we need that'll boost our happiness that I was waiting on, and that is the water supply. Probably not the smartest thing to stall on, but they don't really need water in the beginning to be happy enough to grow. But now we're getting the volume of people where water will probably be pretty essential. And even though you don't need this many wells for your population, you should build as many wells as you can throughout the map, because they are used to put out fires. So if you have a road where water crosses, which this doesn't look like there's anything crossing here, build a well. If you're going to have homes in an area, you're going to need to put the fire out. Like these folks, right? I can actually set a well right here along the road. They don't have to travel far for it, and they'll be able to do that. The farmers are going to need their own source of water, so we could pop one there. That should be fine for that region. I don't have any crossroads that are in the way. Okay, interesting. Let's get a road up for our iron production and have it curl around into the mine. And then we'll build... Actually, you know what? We're just going to leave that there for now. We don't have enough hands to do that, and that road will be very temporary. This is going to be our permanent clay pit. And we can actually plan for that now. Going into Ah, here it is. Since we can have deep veins, let's build this here. Build a road that goes from here to the main stretch, just like so. And then we're going to build on the opposite side one that snaps right there. These will be our deep mines going into our clay pits. It just improves production to have one. Instead of having two families on one, you have one on either. And then you use less maintenance. There's less chance of collapse. Okay, so we've got some people who moved in. I'm going to assign you to the granary. And while you're working, let's upgrade these buildings. Ah, I need planks. Well, get on it. I could order another oxen and then dedicate one to the lumber camp, but I'm not too worried about how fast the timbers are coming at this point. It'll be fun connecting all of these places. Yes, one building family is slowly making progress. Well, that's a lot of wells. And what do they grab? Buckets? Buckets of water? If you upgrade them to stone wells, I've actually timed it, they grab the bucket of water sooner. So there's not as huge of a line of people. They can have it. Speaking of which, let's make our army. Once we get 20 deep, then I think we're going to be okay. Oh, dear good indeed. You're going to need to be upgraded next, but I'm hoping that when people come to grab their shield and stuff, you'll at least have a little more breathing room. So, if I plan on building a crossroad here, then we should be able to fit our farmhouses, right? Okay. Which means I should be able to take this farmhouse and somehow squeeze it in here, or no? Okay, that's an easy fix. Let's remove this last road back here. Build a farmhouse again. Bingo. So now we got our farmhouses planned. Then we can start planning things like our granary can go right... Oh, 98 efficiency is good. And we'll have our little farming sector right over here. The fields, we're going to fragment apart again and make them look good, even though realistically they were strip farming. Y'all know how I feel about that. All right. They're all transporting. We'll relieve that pain in a bit. Although I could pause the forger's hut. Let's pause that and let them go help build. Okay, so this road kind of comes up here and then sharp turns down. If we were to build a road from here. And link it over to the King's Road over here. Although, I kind of like the idea of... it helps with your town's organic appearance if it looks like they were going around trees. That might help the flow of goods. Nice little curved forest. It also gets us close to this iron vein. Curved roads are more interesting than blocks. 98% efficient is fucking amazing. Well, you know. Oh, wait, my lord. Yeah, we're kind of, after what I read that what they're going to be including in the next update, I needed to restructure the territory for that kind of update to release so that I can modify it, because there's going to be a new tier housing put in and the restructuring trade again, so that if you start in an area that's kind of if you start in an area that's kind of like piss poor with its resources, you're not just outright screwed. This is the next market that we need to boost. Also, to prepare for that inevitable expansion, we're going to need some hitching posts, because we're going to put stables here and stables here. In fact, we can actually go through here and upgrade as soon as we get the planks for it. And then people from these farms, we're going to have enough, because as you can see, we've got 10 on either side, that's 16. We'll have enough with 4 left over, 2 to run the granary, 2 to run the storehouse. Woodcutter and carpenter, warehouse worker, that will have to change. And unassigned. Let's take this warehouse worker and make them work on chopping wood. Now, the damn bandits have taken, once again, our food. So, let's do something real quick. How many people we got? Let's rally our troops and put them here. We're going to see these bandits get attracted by our troops. So I'm hoping that our troops will take this bridge and we could form up on the other side, funneling the bandits into our own territory so we get all the bonuses, and also choking them out on this bridge. And it's hilarious that they're going to die such a horrific death on this bridge when they could have just gone around. All right, men. Up here.
Move quickly.
All right, guys. If you stand right here, they theoretically should use the bridge and get choked up on the bridge. Then I want you all to be defensive. Let's get these guys into position real quick. 18 bandits, here they come. All right, men. We can actually fan out like this. That's the perfect formation. Shield wall, ready yourselves. Here they come. Now, they might try to cross the stream, but sometimes the AI is kind of dumb, and they're going to see the bridge and take the bridge. And how's it going? Did Zeo Linux welcome in? You'll have to forgive Property the Alcoholic. He's kind of a... He's got problems, okay? Okay, so we have a couple that are being smart. Hold. Hold. Out efficiency then. That's what effectiveness. What? How dare you? Shield wall. And we've got him in a little ball. Push. We lost one guy, but now that they're in this little ball, they're going to be attacked from both sides. With push forward, they should drop like flies. Hopefully, we'll mitigate the damages and only lose like 2 people. Hopefully. Ah, we lost 3. That's going to piss our town off quite a bit. All right, let's go, everybody. Go get that right there. Let's turn that back to our town. So now there should be one other post, but we do unfortunately... Send the resources to my nearest town. Thank you very much. Come over here.
Forward. Push forward. My liege.
Disband. Oh no, disband. Sorry, wrong button. Wrong location. I was playing Crusader Kings the other day and it's got me all confuzzled. Alright, now we just need planks for that guy. Unfortunately, planks are going to be a little hard to get until we can get some more oxen. We can't really do that until these are upgraded, not efficiently. This guy's waiting for a guide, but there is one coming. We do have more families, but I'm trying to flesh this out a little bit more before going gung-ho on building. You probably don't have any jobs, so let's put you on the storehouse. Oh, man. Luckily, the fight was very brief. Stupid ads. I should have waited. All right. Let's get another ox in here. Also, let's take a look at our surroundings. Where's the other bandit camp? Way over here, and there's one in Lich. So, we don't have to worry about it too much. We'll see if they start stealing supplies from us. Usually they steal from the noble closest to them. If they steal our supplies, then we'll go kick their butt. You don't have enough wealth for cabbages. Let's get these guys to do cabbages. The weird thing is, I don't know if this is actually going to generate cabbages, because I don't see the field. We'll have to see. We'll see if they start planting. If that's the case, then I just wasted our money. And I think I just wasted our money. Well, shit. Another bandit camp was sighted. Is that nearby? It is, unfortunately. Alright, so we're going to have to be more smart about this one. If we get these guys to cross the border into our territory, we could fight them right in here. But we only have 17 dudes. Track their movement. Let's get you up here. We made a goof, and now we gotta... Actually, you know what? Let's get you guys right here first. We'll go from there. The more of these battles we can win, the more influence we'll get, too. One of the things that we could do to help our situation with our armies is actually just move straight to harvesting our iron. But that also means that we're going to need a bloomery. Now, we're going to put the bloomery into the production side of town. There we go. And we're going to need a smithy. And then we're going to need future blacksmiths. So we're going to need a joiner's shop, a bowyer, and a blacksmith. So we need 3 homes. We'll put them right here. We could probably put that here. No, it does want it to be a little wider. Okay, fine. There we go. We need 6 logs. Okay, here they come.
Sire!
I was not ready yet. This was a little sooner than I was hoping for. So let's get defensive.
Stand and fight!
We want the high ground. This is high enough.
Pick
Right
up
there.
the pace!
Lead them in. We're going to continue to kite them. Defensive shield wall.
Formation shield wall!
Then tighten our ranks so that they get the defensive bonuses. And now we wait. I have a feeling we will win this battle. My concern is that we'll lose most of our forces. Good morrow, Cornelius. How are you doing? Hopefully no ad pops up. Don't mind me playing Hold Fast in an olden mood. Hell yeah, I freaking love Hold Fast, dude. Every time I play that, I need to get some, like, colonial uniforms for that game. All right, men. Reload your muskets. Fire! A powdered wig would be perfect for a headset, too. Hold. Hold. Basically, our effectiveness is cut down mostly because of our energy, but we do receive a bonus for being in our territory. So we'll see how this goes. Okay, we lost one, they lost one. They lost 2. Stay on the defensive. The more people they lose, they won't be able to whittle their way through this whole group. No, later colonial. I meant the colonial era. Yeah, that's one I forgot his name. Yeah, I try to cosplay with the games that I stream, but it's way too cold for me to be wearing my medieval garb. And you'll probably see that more in the spring. I've got 2 or 3 medieval outfits, but they're all a little chilly. Okay, so we did it. We did lose 3 people, which was a lot less than I thought we were going to lose. Take that camp, please. Send the resources to the nearest town so that I can buy a new farm. And then we're going to make these farms as well. So, let's put a dedicated livestock onto our lumber production. Okay. Over here as fast as you can. Actually, you know what? Just form up right over here. No more of that. You guys can jog. I don't see anybody else nearby. It's a cute little Well, that's kind of a weird layout, but okay. You go. You go, AI. You do it. By taking all the bandits out myself, I'm also cock-blocking the AI from getting the influence they need to capture territories. T-shirt's not a... No, it just says, it's not a dad bod, it's a father figure. I don't think too many kings wore that back then. Disband. Go back to work. I do think we need to upgrade this. We'll see. Let's get some more staff working for the storage areas there. Yeah, it's fine. It's less regional coin per turn, but I don't care about that. These are definitely going to be critical. And we'll get the homes for those built shortly. New families been moving in. Most of those families are going to be over in our farming area, which is what I want. We can also click on this right here and start growing beetroots. We need a little more money to do cabbages, so maybe we'll wait. We'll wait a few rounds. I should be able to get that money for cabbages within the next month. Okay, so we have our mining pit built. Let's get a family on this right now. Okay, so they are still stealing from us. That is very unfortunate. We can actually go ahead and unpause that. Wells are being built. Homes are being occupied. Let's have you work on this granary. Okay. And we'll have you work on this storehouse. That way we at least have one family up here maneuvering stuff. I was really hoping to plant this season, but we're going to have to wait. Wait till next season for sure. So for this next one, we're going to actually need quite a bit of homes. So once we get the timber for it, I'm going to build a stretch of homes up to this road right here. So we can do a little bit of pre-planning. Like so. Follow the contours of the land. We have 6. Six would build the artisan homes. But we're going to need bodies. So we're going to build some duplexes as well. Got our little dick and balls mining facility there. Now, a lot of these places, I'm not going to be expanding the homes quite, right away. Because I need these homes at least filled with people so I can get them working jobs close by. So if we built out to here and went all the way back, there's your 3 artisan homes. And then we'll make these duplexes for volume. We can upgrade that. You know what? I just realized. Let's get our church here. Not enough goods. We need 20 planks and 5 lumber. That's going to be an easy task. So let's put this right here soon. As soon as we get one more wood or timber. There we go. I want this the highest priority. If we make it the highest priority, we'll start getting people in quicker. We now have enough money to plant our cabbages. I know, bandits, you're annoying. I get it. I really do. Okay, I can see that desired pathways for the AI will want us to branch off towards this direction. Like so. Okay. Then we're going to take our second road here and do like a little cross. Beautiful. Food is still a struggle, but we'll be okay. These guys are all working the fire base. Oh, we have a miner there? You know what? Actually, I know what we can do about that miner. Let's build one more lumberyard there. And then we're going to build a foragers or a forestry hut and start planting here while they're clearing out the rest of the wood for us. Yes, this is... God has ordained this so, and we will be better off for all of this. In his name and glory we shall prosper. Unless I have to make the duty. In which case, he will be upset. I'm newly hired Manor Lord's game developer. Oh, nice! I'm a huge fan of the game. And I know this summer everybody was frothing at the mouth for updates and stuff, but it's like, bro, chill. I went to school for computer science with DeVry University. My background was in game development. You guys need to chill. It's a small team. Like, let them cook. You should feel blessed that they are letting you partake in so many of the damn betas. Everybody's like, we need horses for cavalry. No, you don't. No, you don't. We need to let them cook and bring the perks out and figure out the perks before you start worrying about needing horses for cavalry. Let them figure out the castles, maybe some low-level siege mechanics. Cavalry's not a high priority at the moment. They just gave us castles. Let them do something with it. Ooh, Himmelreich. Yeah, you could take that. And if you do, you're going to deal with those brigands. Thank you very much. I love the game because I try to build this like an actual... I mean, obviously you have to build strategically. But I consider actual medieval techniques. For example, up on the highest point, you want your church, right? So up on this hill where the center of trade is, I put the church. Churches and manors / forts were always built at the highest point. But what if the horses are cute and pettable? Okay, Sun Yangtze, but there's very limited situations where horses really come into play except open, field battles. And while I love open field battles, I just got castles, man. Let me enjoy the castles. Okay, so fun fact. We are going to hire our people and send them here. Because our people are going to run towards this bandit camp. Because there is a possibility that the AI will not take that camp. Hopefully they don't take it. And they did. Cool. Come on. Another bandit camp was sighted. Oh. Well, we're going to follow them this way. We're not going to worry about that bandit camp yet.
Yes, sire. Forward.
You guys work on getting up there. And now I want you to take that camp. Trufflesburg. You can have Trufflesburg. That is not one of the territories I have my eyes on. See, he suspended his troops. So now we can run up there, grab the coin, and send it to our nearest town. Ha 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 ha! What a fool! Ha 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 ha! Okay. Send the resources to thy nearest town. Return. Come back.
Advance!
In fact, I want you all to form up here so that I can see when you're home. Yes. Everything's building according to plan. Impressive. One fancy feature is taking control of your lord and exploring around. Yeah, they've had that for a while, but it glitches out, so sometimes it crashes the game. That's been around since day one, but it's been very unstable. In fact, let's save the game and see if that's even going to work today. Confirm. Return. Boop. Hey! Well, today it's working. Fancy me running around. It's some young guy. Welcome in. Tufflesburg. Yes. Interesting. We're going to be fighting over one territory, but the territory I don't want to fight over is this one. And we're going to need money to populate it, but we can still take the area. This church is still waiting on being built, but we do have some of the families, you know, out and about. So... right now, I just need the families to move into the basic homes. I don't want to do duplexes on these yet, because if I did, they would fill these duplexes up before they filled these homes, which I need for the weapons production. So we're going to be expanding strategically. However, these I don't intend on using as artisan homes. Actually, might as well. Artisan row here. Alright, the church is finally finished. Now we're going to start seeing people potentially get here even quicker. So they are going over here to fight the bandit camp.
Men! March!
Run. We're already on this side of the river. Maybe we can beat them. Yep, they disbanded. Okay, good. The AI is anything if not predictable. Thank you!
Advance!
Nearest town. Give me the regional wealth. Excellent. Disband the troops. And they went to the nearest road anyway. That's fine, whatever. They'll get to their jobs eventually. Now we're starting to see our artisan homes build up. We've got enough builders now to actually make a difference in this town. How are we doing on resources? So it's the food we're falling behind on, but that's gonna happen. It's October. We could pause our production on the Forger's Hut, but I'd rather not. I'll forget about it. I already know me enough. One more home needs to be filled over here. Just one. we go. Let's see. We've got cabbages. We don't have beetroots, so... Little burgage plots here. Because we got our big ones, and then we'll have our little ones doing little micro crops. We'll worry about the orchards later. We're obviously going to get the quinces up because they, you know, take some time doing it. I mean, they're more aggressive now, which is nice, but they're relatively easy to outsmart in battle and predict how they're going to attack. Yeah, exactly. I'm not one of those people that have very many criticisms about this game. I think a lot of the criticisms are a bit unfounded. Alright, we've got our other logging camp built, which we want to take this person here and take them off of mining and reassign them there, and then go back to mining and put a different family there. And then this spring, we should be able to start planting crops. Well, no, I do want to fill these homes out first. I don't want the crops to go to waste. It depends on how fast this stuff gets built. Now, these I do want to be duplexes. Ah. So, they're going to want to fight then. That's fine. We're getting ready to build an army. That'll be the first area that I want, though. So I need 2,000 influence. I could upgrade the church and get a handful of influence that way. Once we get the farming up, we can also establish a tithe tax, which will get our influence up. We can also build a manor and get influence that way. If we do build the manor, though, I definitely want it on the front lines. In a place that makes sense for most of our battling. I might put it right here in the middle. Manor. And we're going to need stone for that. That's what I thought. So, that's an easy enough fix. We're going to build a temporary road. You know what? I know I always go for realistic looks on topography. We're going to build an ugly straight line for this one because it will not be here very long. Stone gatherer's hut. Right there. Yeah, I've played the beta since October, so I really enjoyed the beta, and after the December 5th patch that they released, the beta felt very stable. It was very pleasing to see that the mid-month update they released to everybody, I think it was on December 19th, that it's got a lot less problems than the beta did. I also appreciate the fact that the Manor Lords devs put in the code that would allow you to play the older versions so that we don't have to hear people bitch. Because the update, while huge in nature, basically removed things that people enjoyed about the game, like perks. But that's because it's going to take a lot of balancing. A lot of balancing. So I'm okay playing the stripped down version without the perks. I don't need these. I'm having fun testing the origins. Looking at the environmental penalties and bonuses, looking at the way that trade works, being able to track all those resources. Also, let's upgrade this building. Once people move in here, we'll upgrade these next. Yep, let's upgrade that building. Then we need one more family to move in, which will be next month. We'll get one group to be boyars. Excellent. We could put a family on this right away once the bloomeries... I guess we could do that. I want you guys, though, to only make tools until we have 20. And then you're going to kind of, like, lay off for a bit. Because I need the rest for my military. Raiders will be here in 16 days. We do not have the forces to fight raiders, but I am okay with them burning down my village and running away. Because they won't be able to carry everything with them. Chances are, too, with these guys as close to my territories, that if the raiders come from any other point, that these guys are going to muster their forces and go after them. So we're kind of waiting on the wings of a little bit of mercy. We do have a family here, and I already know I want you to work here. All of these homes are going to be funding these granaries and storehouses. Now, the interesting thing we can do, too, is we know we don't want... Okay. So they are approaching near Himmelrich. So, yeah, we don't even need to worry about the bandits. Done. Easy. This bandit attack won't even affect us. So we can continue about our business. Ah! Family's moved in. Ugh, we need planks. We do have a nice, you know, sack of coins on us. We're going to use those to build our first artisans. You like a bow, my lord? Well, of course we're going to get bows. All right, mistlets. You guys can have it. I want war. War, pain, and misery. Only 2 planks. What the hell is this family doing? Are they sick? Because I didn't invest in medicines. Praying, waiting, transporting, going home. Maybe the trick is to have you keep that. By forcing the saw pit to have its own oxen, you are forcing one of the people at the saw pit to grab logs and transfer and make sure that the storage for the logs are at maximum at all times. So long as you've got a limitation on their build, that's actually a really solid method to keep wood being delivered to the logging camp in the saw pit. And you should just... Wait. Where's the people? Going home. Going home, waiting, transporting. The sun. Let's get another oxen while we're waiting. We have space for 9 total? I think that's fine enough. There we go. This is what I wanted to see. And now we'll have people come up here and just start sawing planks. Alright. Which means we can go back over here. Upgrade our third artisanal building as soon as the requirements are met, which meets animal produce. Got it. So, that's what we'll wait on. Since I want these homes right here to only be people who are working inside these facilities, we're going to turn around and alleviate our animal produce by putting some chickens in. You don't need chickens to be on a big plot like this. The bigger the plot doesn't encourage more chicken development. War, pain, misery, and a feast, perchance. Next spring we'll have a feast. Because next spring we're going to blow up the population in our farming sector and get all of our crops built. In fact, let's pause the game real quick and let's do some interesting planning here. If I took this road and I built it to be curved like so, I can then take this road and build it around like so. Then I can have this road curve like this and come up and meet the road right up here. So we have our starting area for fields. This field could be a pretty decent strip field. We can then take a field here. Actually, this road curves up. That's looking cool. Let's make this field kind of curve down like so. Then we can have a field right here. This field can also come right over here with a little bit of a bend to it. Then we can split this field into two. Right. Oh. Here at the apex of that turn. On this side, we can split this field in half, like so. Have this one come along. To down here. Bring this up. And then split this one vertically. This one's actually a pretty large field. Maybe we take this and curve this one just to split it into two smaller fields. And we could even split this one here just to add other access roads to the main road. So we've got our little quadrants here. We can take this and build it over this way. No, we cannot. But I could do that. Okay. Okay. That I can handle. Follow the topographical lines here, and now we've got no grid farming like you guys mentioned before. It looks weird. This will make it look a little more modern, but natural. Even though strip farming was more realistic. Whatever, chat, I'll still listen. And then let's get ready with our fields. Sometimes when it doesn't auto mold to the road, just exit the build tool. Oh, there's a road there. Haha. Good. I forgot I just built that road. Yes. And then it should just expand all the way out to here. I see what's going on. If we need a hard corner to start on, let's start on this corner. Follow the path all the way until it stops being a path. Curve it around to here. And then see, bingo. Oh, this is looking good. .7 Morgan is a pretty huge field. So I think I'm going to split this one in two. Fascinating. It does not like that bend. Okay. Is there an underwater source? Yes. This is gonna work out well. Let's put that well here. And then build a road that comes up from it like so. And then when we go back to our field, maybe the field will be less cranky if we do this. No, it's still very much cranky. Haha! I think I figured it out. Huzzah! I am not dumb. Shut up, chat. I know what you're thinking. And I don't need your sass. Do 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 do. Boop. The tip is a problem. Yeah, there is a way out. That makes sense. Thank you, Savio. Appreciate it. Nodes on the road corners got worse. That's the bottom right one, maybe. Yeah, Sebung. That does make sense. Sometimes you gotta fiddle with it. Honestly, I personally don't like building my farms this way. I prefer strip farming, but I know that visually it can be appealing, so we're just gonna go for the method I am not accustomed to. And get these farms freaking built with their weird ass angles so that people are like, oh, that looks nice. Oh my god, we're gonna have so many farms. This is gonna be great. Now, as far as these farms go, they're not all going to be in operation day one, right? We're going to have more homes built. We're going to have more farms built. We're going to get more of the workers. But I at least want to put the fields down so that I don't mismanage my future plans. There. That is what my farm fields will look like. We'll eventually have more homes over here with other farm fields that'll divvy up the land. But there we go. I mean, it looks nice. Okay. Spend the coin that we have on this. We also need to continue to upgrade these so that we can get all of our oxen we need. There's 2 oxen per farm, so I'm going to need 4 oxen. We could also build another hitching post right over here. Get ready for another stable. And then once we're done getting this mined out, which I could actually put a couple families here. Once this is gone, we'll delete this road and we'll work on our next batch of farmers' homes as well as some farmhouses on this side. No, actually, I think we'll put the farmhouses on this side. For now, this is fine. Swing back over here and see if our houses got populated like I need them to. We're still waiting for their needs to be met. How are we doing on the meat, by the way? Yeah, we're waiting for the animals to come back. Yeah, I try to leave trees, and the other thing too is if you're like, man, I should have included more trees. For example, take this field. Get rid of it. Rebuild your field. Oh, you know what? Actually, I did this backwards. Like so. Okay? Do not put a road here. Sometimes the road nodes will trick the tree nodes. And instead, when you get your forestry people, you can have them plant and they'll fill these in with trees wherever you want them to. So we could actually get rid of this field. Come back and do this. Let's instead bring it down. I see. It is that node. Well, you know what? We can do this. Because again, I'm going to have plenty of crops. Take these, do that right there, make this a smaller field, like so, and then take this field, and come across. If I were to do this, we'll get trees here. We can also take this field and get rid of it. Build another field starting here, going across like this. It doesn't have to be perfect. It is the King's Road. Building along the King's Road would often incur more taxation. We'll plant trees here. We'll get trees planted here. We got this nice little tree here just to break up the monotony of this place. And we can also, just real quick before I forget, get a forester's hut and we'll do some scenery building. We still have money. Do you have a chicken coop yet? Let's get you a chicken coop. Wow, you guys are putting things in this storehouse, aren't you? Alright, I'll upgrade you. I can't really upgrade until I get more food options anyway. We need animals. But that's what the inner city people are for. Us rural folks, we just build farms. These guys are going to have chickens, and then goats, and then pigs. Give us a variety of food. Fishes, animal produce. You'll be happy soon enough, don't you worry. You know what? I don't need those homes yet. So that home's filled. These homes are almost all filled. We just need one more family in here. Once this family moves in, we're going to go add duplexes onto the other side. And we still have a decent amount of coin coming in. We're not spending too much. How are we doing on our components? We've got 72 iron ore coming in. It's almost time. All right, listen up, folks. Before I start planning you guys off, I need a bowyer's workshop. And I need a joiner. And then once you can upgrade, you'll go from there. Next month, somebody will move into this home. And then they'll move into that home. This one's ready for an upgrade. So the eggs made it to shop. That's all I needed the eggs for now. That's all I needed. We're cooking with fire. Pause. I need you to make bows, and the production limit will be 50. Okay? Then we're going to come here and create an archer group. All right. Pause this. I need the joiner shop to make... You know what? You could make large shields, but let's do like 10, because I'm going to have you go to small shields after this. Okay, we're done with the mining pit. So let's take this family here. And we're going to put them over here. Oh, I need these to be deep mines right now. Because that's going to be the backbone of our industry, is the clay tiles. We could also put people here for now. The main reason why I am trying to... We're also going to need some homes over here for those folks. I do need to think about expanding this out more. Potentially before I worry about the farmhouses. So we are back to this. Let's take this, build this road over here, have it follow the contour. This will be a good strip. All right. And we have a drought. That's not good. Where did I put the edge of the road? Ah, right here. Okay. And again, because of our perk, it is more important to have each individual burgage plot, but I like the look of the duplexes when the families get to cooking. Now, the fields are a little too big, or the homes are. So we're going to do my favorite tactic, which is just changing the facing on these homes. Like so. That way each of them can have pigs, because once again, the size of your burgage plot does not contribute to how many pigs, chickens, goats. It's all going to be the same. Then we're going to build another series of homes down here. 2 here. Cool. That's kind of neat. Up here, 2 back here. Nope, too big. Too small. Reasonable. Alright. These are going to be our townies. They are our money makers, so we'll let them be the money makers. Okay. Do any of you not have jobs? You are a warehouse worker, which you should be. You are unassigned and unassigned. Well, not anymore. Oops. You're going to work here. And you're going to work here. How about these families? Unassigned, unassigned. You're going to work here. And you're going to work here. Pause. This area needs to be a blacksmith. Hopefully they'll start making spears. In the meantime, where is our exhausted mine pit? Let's destroy this. Alright. Hey, we're getting eggs. That'll be good for our artisans. And I'm thinking piggies, goats, piggies, goats. Or maybe piggies, goats. I've also been mostly using strip farms. I know they're faster for ox, but to aid the look, I sort of put them in between big stacks of curved rows lined with trees. That's good. Honestly, once they start allowing us to have a little more decorative options, I think it's going to be huge. I know why they don't just allow you to paint trees in. But it would be interesting to have a tree that you could plant that can't be used for timber. I need this to be the highest, guys. Look, I know you're working hard, but I need more production. Let's upgrade these to stables while we can, before we worry about filling them up with oxen. Livestock order placed. We're making a pretty reasonable amount of money. Okay, so again, the raiders aren't going to really be a problem for us. Yeah, they're going to be up here. There's still bandits at this camp. Wait. There aren't bandits at that camp. Pause. Interesting. I'll worry about that later. I could just go cheat and go get more money, but... Advanced. Spears. Spears until we have 5. Good. Winter's here, everyone. And it's time we consider an upgrade. So they are challenging us, which is not good. We do have mercenaries available. We've got 2 strong groups of forces, 28 and 31. But we are going to need more money. So let's take our troops. Rally. Defensive. Run. I do intend on beating this claim. You. Go give me that. Am I going to make it in time? It's going to be close. I should have sent them right off the bat. Ooh, it's going to be so close. Ha! Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Come on, come on, come on. Snag it. Pause. Send to my treasury. Ooh, that may not be enough. Let's get back over here.
Advance!
Where's the battlefield? What? That's unfortunate. Oh. You guys are going to be fired upon, like, immediately. Run. Keep defensive. Just flee. Flee. They want to fight up on this hill. We're going to come up the hill this way because the slope is a little more gentle. We might even be able to distract their archers. They just need to freaking move. I know it's going to make them tired, but they're mercenaries, so they already start out with full stamina.
Yes, sire.
You know what? I want our men right here on the highest point.
Pick up the pace.
Okay? You guys, up on the highest point. The other two are going to kite the enemy archers. And then go right here. (36 and 36). This is going to be a tough fight. My troops are going to be well exhausted by the time they get up to the top. But... oh, they've retreated. Cool. I don't like that. Take them out. You guys are mercenaries. Figure it out. Figure it out. Oh, that's easy to say. Archers. Oh, look at these cute little shrines. I want you like that. Actually, you know what? No. I want you as thin as possible. I want you to be like this. You are going to be in attack mode. And this is going to be probably the roughest battle I'll ever have. I don't think my spearmen are going to make it in time. I need you to stand right here. And form up. Oh, this is unfortunate. This might be the end of the game. I have to listen to chat. Okay, you didn't sleep well, so sorry, that sucks. Not sure how that's relevant, but it does suck. Alright, retreat. Now we're doing it. I need you all the way down the hill. This is gonna work. Yeah! Fire close. Move. Get up to the top of the hill. Pause. You guys, over here. What do you want? No. How about that? How about that? This is a really bad idea. You ever get those ideas that you knew really bad? Oh, you don't need a permission slip saying, oh, I'm late to stream because I didn't sleep well. You're good. So our bandits are doing pretty good. They're not going to last long, but I need that spear army to kindly F off. Form up. I'm going to lose those men. But if I can get within the defensive area... Actually, you know what? You. You're doing perfect, actually. This will be great. Group of archers, move up. I'm sorry, archers, you fought well. Unfortunately, this is where you all must perish.
Your orders. Push forward. Destroy them.
Charge! Cross your fingers, everyone. This is gonna be messy. Actually, you know what? Back. Defensive, shield wall. Come on, come on. Come on, hurry up. Oh my God. That's it. That's it. We did it. Okay. You guys disband. You. Come back home. Lick your wounds. Jesus, we did it. I didn't think that was going to be doable.
There was much rejoicing.
Yay! That middle point, ooh, that's going to be rough. I could see why holding that territory is important. This will give us approximately... Now, see, this is interesting. They always want us to respond to the letter. But I don't want to. Ingil. Are you Ingil? No, Lanehart. Ingil. My claims are non-negotiable. Yeah, see, it's not even going to let me... There we go. There, I submitted the claim. I killed her forces and then said, a pox on you and your families. A lot of crying eyeballs. We lost a lot of freaking people. I just need logs. Logs. Let me see my logs.
Fire!
Disband. Get back to work. Artisans have a lot of work ahead of them. But next time we will be ready. I am a little dismayed that we are going so slow with our production, but I understand why. So what we could do is we could temporarily put 2 families on each logging post so that we get more wood. No shit, it's cold. We're working on it, all right? We got a family here working. I do need more homes in this logging area to make my plans come to fruition, but the good news is we can also, over here by our main area, it doesn't make sense for them to wait on the peasants in the rural area to get all their wood. So we're going to build, nope, firewood hut as soon as we get 2 logs. Or 1 log. Families are joining. Hey, thank you for the subscription on YouTube. Super Wayne. Welcome in. Hopefully I said that right. It was really tiny on my alert screen. Let me make that bigger so that my eyes can see. My old man eyes. I know our planks are a little, you know, something to be desired, but we've got 2 families in each logging camp now. They should be able to spread out and get that stuff. We could. We've already got. So I want your work area, right? We're going to pause real quick. I need your work area to be in this farm. Just to kind of like, you know, make it look nice. So grow right there. And then I'll move you when I'm pleased with the results. You, on the other hand, your work area, I want you to work smack dab in the middle of this forest. Like so. And then in 5 or 6 years, we'll have trees growing. New families moving in. Perfect. Pause. We now have 1 log. We're going to claim that log and build that right there. I want this to be the highest... Oh my god. The highest production. I missed the arrow again. There we go. How are we doing on the army front? Hey, I mean, it's coming along. We're not going to have enough. Which brings us to phase 2 of the plan. We're going to have a family doing some trading. Which is here. Let's put the trading post along this road. Right? Is that where... Ah! No, it needs to be at the intersection. That's right. No, don't zoom in. Rotate. There we go. Rotate. So this road comes up through here and curves and then crosses that bridge. Which means if I put this here, that would be a very smart place to put it. We'll build another hitching post next to it. Let's make this a very high priority, while this is the highest priority. Over here. And then we'll make this of the highest priority as well. We're going to upgrade that to a stables, so we're going to get a horse. We have money for that, so we should be okay. I'm trying to get as many coins. Okay, bye. Bye, Nolan. Drive safe. It's now March. Okay, so we need one of these unassigned families into that farmhouse. One of these unassigned families into the farmhouse. We need 8 unassigned families in one farmhouse. Okay, and then we're going to come over here. Actually, I'm okay with you being a granary worker, because you're working the granary right here. Another woodcutter. Let's have you be a farmer. Do I have one more family here that doesn't have a crucial job that can work this area? A forester, yes. You can be the last farmer. There we go. Now we got our farmers. Okay. And we're going to start with the crops that are most regional to it. But we're also going to give up our oxen and dedicate them to that farm as well. So, I want this to be wheat, flax, fallow, flax, fallow, wheat, fallow, wheat, flax, wheat, rye, fallow, rye, fallow, wheat, fallow, wheat, and then rye. That'll be a good farm to start with. We'll, of course, focus on barley once we're able to fill the other farmhouse up with 8 people. As for some of our jobs, it should have already populated, but it didn't. So we're going to do that. Okay, we're already good there. We're good there. Excellent. Let's get another family on this. Now we're starting to dwindle with our workforce, but that was part of the plan. Working and lurking, homie. Well, thank you so much, John Bonsai. Let me give you a shout out. You guys don't know who John Bonsai is. John Bonsai is a variety streamer, wonderful friend of the channel. He's pretty chill. It's great seeing him being able to be silly and goofy in some games, but then also see him take a more emotional, serious tone when he's streaming games like Expedition 33, which was a fantastic experience to watch. But I highly definitely recommend you give him a follow. Just a heads up to everybody who's watching, we've got about an hour of the stream left. Let's check on our military. Interesting. We do have a free body for the trading post once it's built. I think a lot of the shortages here are lack of people rather than anything else. Okay, we've got a new family who moved in. Definitely not over here, right? Yeah. Oh, the stone cutter. The stone cutters probably doesn't have a job no more. No, it does not. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to relieve the stone cutter and demolish this, and then get rid of that road. Remove. Okay. Excellent. I'm going to put you to work on this other farmhouse. And I'm going to put this family to work on the farmhouse. Does this family... No, you are also going to work on the farmhouse. And you have a job, right? Excellent. Let's make the threshing priority medium. I don't have anybody to work the windmill yet. This is just about getting crops. They're going to focus on getting the crops to the farm and then thresh. We've already got some decent trees planting here. Of course, we've had the foresters working for a while with no guidance. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. There we go. That's perfect. Plant them trees. There you go. Right here is perfect. We'll see what happens there. Then we'll move them over here. That'll give us a nice tree line. We'll be able to break up the monotony of this place. We will eventually have them grow trees here along the bottom to give us like a wall of forest. And then once that trading post gets built, we'll start initiating trade on iron ore for sure, because we're going to need all the armaments we can get. Warehouse worker, granary worker, good. Warehouse worker, granary worker, good. Warehouse worker, excellent. Four minutes and we've got another 90-second ad that'll play. So I think the first trades we're going to import is going to be the stone and iron ore. And I want to build the trade routes for those quick. But before I establish trade routes for those, I also need to consider selling excess weaponry. But I will do that once our forces are full size. Because before they start making weapons and selling them, we're going to need our manor built. And I think right here is going to be perfect for the manor. We do have the mines being built, which is good. We could say, hey, large storehouse, I do not want you to hold raw clay. Over here, we could say, hey, storehouse, I don't want you to have raw clay, nor do I want you to have this nor this. Everything else is just fine. And the granary will have a little bit of everything. See, from ground level, these fields look really nice, but we'll see. Alright, we're starting to get more families moving in. But I don't want to take too much from the populace. Eventually, we'll be able to rely on the other farmers. Yeah, and you've got all the people working, right? Forester. Well, no, we can have somebody else take that job. Which forester are you? Okay, let's work on this first. We have 4 more slots. 2 families with unassigned jobs. Oops, I did it again. And you can also go here. No. Go here. Damn. Good. That'll give us all the farmers we need to expand our crops the next season. You know what? I just thought of something. Okay. This is going to help our development in the more immediate time span, and while we have the regional wealth for it, I'd like to get this, just because the honey is going to be an animal byproduct that will help upgrade all of the other places. Papiatron, you psycho, how are you doing? Let's give a shout out to streamers while we wait. We've got Pika in chat. If you don't know who Pika Blue is, you have not been watching my channel very long. One of the people who is always streaming with me. We've also got Puppyatron, who collabs with us often, but also does her own thing. So, welcome. You're doing good? That's good to hear. We're building a town with the next update in mind, which I think will be fun. Jason Albin, thank you for the subscription on YouTube. Welcome in. Nice. Yeah, that's right. That's right, it's nice. I shouldn't have said it like that. That was rude. Once we're done building these homes and getting them populated, we'll be able to work on our second batch of farming homes, which are going to be used for granaries, bakeries, etc. But first I need these built. Speaking of which, have we built that trading post yet? Why have you guys not built this trading post? It's got all of the logs. Where are you guys? Crops have been rotated. They have been harvested. Oh, yeah. Now we are cooking. We have 1 oxen not assigned to anything else. That is a problem. So let's get another oxen. Let's make this the highest priority and make this the highest priority. We need more oxen. Oh my God, Jesus. Oh, that's cute. They're planting before winter. Hmm. You know what? I'm not going to judge them. They're the farmers. They know what they're doing. Lieutenant General Zombie. How dare you? There we go. Now we've got a free stable. We've got a oxen incoming. And then in the following month, we will buy another oxen. Winter is approaching. Perfect. Excellent job, guys. How many days? 11 days. Alright, let's check out the rest of this. Highest on that. So, any time now. Fuel is a problem. But I have a way to fix that. You see this creek here? Yeah. I think y'all know what I'm thinking. Our charcoal burners are going to be set along this creek. They smell bad. Nobody wants them in the village. And smell will be a factor in the future. So, we can actually go to production here and build one here and one here. Band of raiders have been spotted. Unfortunately, nowhere near us, but that does mean we've got an attack incoming because they're going to get enough influence to try to claim my territory. Which is fine. They can take all the influence they want. There's a fine line between a numerator and a denominator. Only a fraction of people will find it funny. Remember, ads are targeted towards you. If they're weird, that's on you. Welcome to targeted ads, everybody. Oh man, they're pressing a claim already? Ah, shit. Where is this going to be at? Oh, perfect. We could win with this many troops. The question is, his forces are all over here. They're going to be coming along this way. They're going to be tired by the time they get to us. So we have a small advantage. Our forces are, of course, in run mode, which I need them to be. All right. We're going to make you our hotkey of 1. I want you to be defensive. And then for you guys, I need you to be offensive. And you're going to be group number 2. I do not want you to do shield wall, or I do want you to do shield wall. And we're going to have each group really tightly compact near each other. I want tighter ranks. Let's do that. And let's do that. And then for 2, let's have this group of archers stand here. This group of archers stand here. Now, they're coming around. Again, they're walking, so they're being smart about it. But that is a lot of fucking people, dude. And a retinue. This is going to take some big brain on my end. Some big braining going on. I think we're going to have to rely purely on our bonus of our home advantage. And make sure that nobody is set to run. Okay. Oh no, did the game crash? Okay, good. Do not run.
Your orders.
No running. Just waiting. I mean, their effectiveness is going down. That is the only way we're going to win, is our effectiveness needs to be damn near 100%. So these guys are going to stand, like, do a lot more damage, given their size. Although we are going to be hard flanked. This might be the end, everyone. We'll see. A lot of them are reducing their effectiveness. Wait for it. Wait for it. New plan. You guys. Right there. Right there. Let's make a tighter formation. All right, go get him, you son of a bitch. That's so funny. Here they come. Draw! Draw! Fire! Wait for it. Shoot at will! Shoot at will! Hold. Hold. We got spearmen coming up. Hold. Keep firing. They're at 100% effectiveness. Our guys are getting hit. We're losing men fast. Those crossbowmen are insane. I see you guys, don't you worry. Oh my god. The crossbowmen just murked our men. This is the end, everyone. We may have lost the fight. We did. But we didn't lose the war. We lost the war. And just like that, it's over, folks. So, now that we know what's going to happen ahead of time, let's go back 30 minutes and plan for the battle. Then why do I get gambling ads if I don't gamble? Some ads you get are weird. I don't even think gambling ads should be allowed on Twitch, since gambling itself is not allowed on Twitch. That's weird. Streamers do not pick the ads, I assure you. Oh my god. No. We're doing this battle again. Beat feet, get over here. Archers, right along this line.
Yes, sire.
Other archers. You guys should have... Okay, you guys are still fighting. I'll let you guys still fight. Spearmen. Let's put our spearmen right here.
Units,
Defensive.
stay still.
9-0 not available in dense forest. We'll put the archers back here.
Move quickly.
And then these other guys are going to go right here. Okay, are they running? Yes. I need you to be
Everybody
offensive.
forward.
You can't be anything but what you are. And pick up pace. Okay. Shield
Stick
wall.
together, men. Advance. Sire. Keep shooting. Forward.
And advance. You.
Orders.
Fire at will. Good. Other archers, let's get over here as fast as you can. Please run.
Yes, sir.
Get up close. Quick, 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 quick. There we go. Meanwhile,
We can't hold them.
we're going to lose our bandits, but that's okay. Hold. Keep defending. They're breaking. Pause. I'm going to answer this so I don't write back and say, fuck off. Send. Whoops. All right. I don't mind losing. Fire! There we go. We got him in a chokehold now. And we didn't lose most of our archers. Disband. Disband. Everybody, come back home.
March.
Okay. So this is before we started farming, which is good. Because now I know I need more homes. But it does mean we need to invest in trade. So, let's get... And you guys, you have an amount that... Yes. First off, we know that we're going to need a woodcutter's lodge, and we need log. Ah, that's where we're at. Okay.
My liege. Units, stay still.
So, this was probably before we addressed our wood crisis. Yep. This could actually curve into the landscape. We'll have it meet up with... No. No, 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 no. There we go. It's clear, seeing the oxen go through this forest, that they want to connect to this road. And we'll build a little Y here so that they follow that path as well. We are going to need a lot in our logging camps. So you still have a dedicated livestock, right? Good. Let's get as many oxen as we can. Do you guys have your oxen yet? Good. I need those. We're going to take a break from farming and focus on war. Have you guys upgraded yet? Okay, you're working on it. War and trade. Okay, let's get ourselves a woodcutter's hut right over here. And we're going to build our... I know it's cold. You have plenty of firewood. Other than that, there's not much I could do for you guys. Let's get our... Built on either side of this little river. Not enough goods. That's fine. Make these the highest production. We'll put 2 people on these. We'll get some charcoal going. Shanosaurus Rex with a hollow emote. And a very cute one at that. Let's see if we can't get our trade industry up and going. If we build here. We just need one more log. See, the problem is we went too... I think we went a year too early on our massive farming venture. Which is fine. Let's make that a very high production. We'll make this the highest production so that we can get some more firewood. These homes aren't even filled yet. This will allow us to get retinue, too. We just need to start importing stone and iron. And then exporting goods that we don't need. Oh, has it been long enough for me to order another oxen? Yeah, let's get another one. Let's start pre-planning for the farm. The trade is going to be a little tricky. They're going to need their own hitching post. Just so I can get some horses here sooner than later. Eventually, once I get them assigned here, they won't need the stables, but it's still nice to have an extra stables on this end so that maybe we can have some oxen nearby if need be. Another family's moved in. Let's kick up the urgency on that. Takes no resources. As many building families as I can get, because we need to build ourselves a fort. So here's the game plan for the fort. Let's do a double-walled Motte and Bailey, okay? Let's go to the farm tools. Let's build ourselves one of these off in these here woods, okay? Then you take the road And let's up the road curvature a little bit. This always takes some time, but gosh dang it, it looks so nice when you're done. You know what? Before we do this... corpse pits, corpse pits. Get rid of some of these trees so I can see. I don't want to get rid of all the trees though. Just enough for the fortification area. Which will be like this. I got rid of most of the trees. I do not need them for resources. I just need a well-focused community and smart defenses. Like this. There we go. There we are. And there is going to come a point where we're going to kind of stop. We're going to stop building in the town and just focus on getting our main fort built. Which means I can already tell you that we're going to have to go to our saw pit and say, hey, actually, I need like 120 planks. Let's also get ahead of this and start planning on some extra wood storage. That'll help. That's going to help a great deal. And we can't do that yet. Here come the oxen. With a whole team of oxen, we're going to be able to get logs to that fort quick. Oh, that's right. I'm not done yet. I'm not done with my little crafting. Also, are my forces here yet? Yes, they are. You guys can go back to work. That'll make this go a lot quicker. Alrighty, next... Oh, what are you doing out here, you stray little pit? Get out of here. Alright. I also like the idea that we might have some trees inside. It's always kind of nice, right? Giving some foliage to our troops. Okay. I want to go 6 out for the primary wall. And then the secondary wall, we're going to put 3 out. And it's going to confuse the AI. They're not going to know how to handle it. And since there's no siege mechanics, we're not really at risk of them going through the wall. So we're going to kind of take advantage of that as well. Some would call that cheating. I call it strategic exploits. Yes. Strategic exploits indeed. This is the 5th circle. And now circle number 6. Okay, and now this road is not going to count towards the counts because this is basically the wall is going to take up this space. So we want to give a little bit of gaps between the roads before. Like so. Okay, and then we need to go 3 out. Again, we're going to kind of spread ourselves out from this circle a little bit to give room for the walls. And we're going to build this one out like so. Now, I have an ingenious idea when it comes to this place. Oh, you son of a bitch. I was almost there. 1. And 1 more. And once we build this one, we'll have our outer wall plan set up. Cool. Next up, we need a road. Probably going from the back. Straight into this road. Good. We're going to get rid of this road. Get rid of this road. Obviously, all the little roads in between. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and get rid of this road because it's a spacer. But we're going to take this and build a road out to here. So we've got an entry point, but they're going to have to come around to this point to get into the inner wall. Remove, 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 remove. So our base, our manor, rather, is going to be right over here. Then we're going to build this here. And then we're going to go to walls and gates. And it doesn't have to be perfect. Oh, of course. I have to have the resources first. I can't do pre-planning. Not until the building's built. Once the building's built, then I can do pre-planning and commit at a later date. A lot of resources being brought and dropped off. Let's get this on the highest and this on the highest so that we can separate these up a little bit. I find that having one family working on each is better. I know some people have different experiences with that. I was not expecting that. Okay, so now that we've got this trade post built, let's purchase this animal and get a family on it. We're going to go to trade, and I want, out of the crafting materials, I would like to import iron ore, and I would like to keep a supply of 25 on us at all times, and we're going to go ahead and establish a trade route. The next one I want to get is the, like, the little rock. Is that commodities? No. Ah. Where is it in this? Wow, I guess it is. That I did not know. I would like us to have 50 stone at all times. Establish a trade route. And then the other thing that we could trade out, we could trade out clay. I would like us to have 50 clay on us at all times. Establish a trade route. Then we need to make sure that these are deep vines. Yes, they are. Let's get a family on this ASAP. Now, I know those are minor trade routes, and I didn't need to do that. But by doing it to a minor trade route, I'll be trading every month, which is going to be the big thing that I want. We could turn that into a... And let's get a family on this as soon as possible. Meanwhile, where did we put those huts? Let's get a family on this, and we'll get a family on this. There we go. All of our homes are built with the exception of these two, and then it's just about holding our breath and getting families at this moment. In fact, we could also make this the highest, and we can make this the highest priority just to get them built. And then they'll worry about this when they have the time. One thing we can also do is we could say, hey, you, I forgot I did this before. No clay tiles, no iron ore, no clay, none of these. Everything else should be okay. That way, all the clay that we get will be sent over here. Got a family working on the bloomery. They're requiring refueling. Luckily, we've got woodcutters here. Also requires refueling. Again, we've got the woodcutters right here. We got the stinky charcoal pits by the water. That way they can dunk out the fires if they need to. This is going to be a relatively small fort too, but I think it'll be good. We just need this building built so that we can open the castle planner and plan ahead. Now let's talk exports. Actually, I think the clay is a good export. We'll start with that for now. All right, we've got all of our builders moving. That's got some of the supplies it needs. The logs are going to be the biggest thing. We have these built now, so I can take you off and then put you on. Take you off and then put you on. We got plenty of trees growing. No trees growing here. I may have made this too skinny. He is planting, though. Maybe I just need to be patient. I could take this and do a smaller work area and just have you guys focus on that. Then I'll come by and visit and have you move around. It's just for decoration anyway. Planks are coming in. We have 7 free oxen. Let's assign 1 to here. We'll assign 1 to here. And then we will continue to fill with more oxen. Our food is taking a hit, so it's time for some piggies. I know that we need these supplies for what we're working on with the fort, but I also need... I need these to work right. There we go. We'll do piggies here. That'll generate some meat. And our population isn't exploding as of yet. But once people move into those homes, that'll be useful. All right, where are we at? We're almost done. Then I want you to also plan ahead and do this, that right there. These are going to be our goats when people move in. And I want to do it while I have some money. Ah, yes, I forgot about you guys. You guys can be free, and we'll demolish this camp. Then we'll take this road and get rid of it. Okay, we got some trees growing. Okay. We got more trees over here. Yeah, so doing a denser work area is just more effective. In fact, maybe that's what I need to do over here. I don't know. We'll let that thing do what it's doing. Alright, the manor has been established. Oh no, it needs 1 more stone, and then it's established. With the rest of the hands that we have, let's do this. This will increase the fertility in the area. Alright, apiaries all around, everybody. All around we got apiaries, and we don't have any more wealth. That's fine. We could, on the other hand, upgrade these just to get more people moving in. Alright, so we have the retinue. Big whoop, right? We don't have any money for them, but that isn't the important thing. Now that we've got this thing built, theoretically, I should be able to open the castle planner, and now we can plan this thing out. So, okay. Actually, I do want room for the towers, so let's move this. Oh, this is going to be perfect. Now we've got this built. Swing it out and around, like so. Following the road, staying in between both, using them as a guide. There we are. Okay. And then I want a tower here, 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 there, that, yes, more, thank you. Ah, interesting, okay. But you can go here? No? So you're gonna make me move this. Dang it. I see. Everybody else is happy, right? Fine. Let's get rid of this wall. There. And then we're going to build a wall starting from this side. Following the contour of the road over to here. From this side, again following the contour of the road to here. There, that'll make him happy. One, two. Let's move this one here and rotate it. No. Damn it. Really? You're not going to let me do it now? We're going to rotate this tower. And then we're going to get rid of this. Go back to walls. Oop. Rotate this just a tad. Okay, we've got those. I think we need to move this tower here. Put a tower here. And now we get rid of the walls again. By deleting this one. Deleting that one. This is the only way that I have found currently to be an effective way to get the walls to behave, is to build them in segments. Especially for when we upgrade this thing. So the idea from this kind of defense, if you ever see it, is that we're going to bring this around like so. The enemies will have to come through this gate because we can't shut gates yet. And they'll have to pick a path, but then they'll have to go all the way around to get into this gate. Meanwhile, all of my archers could be out here at the start of the fight and then move in once they make their way around. So I need 164 logs, which means I will need like 5 or 6 lumber yards and 213 planks. So we're going to go over to our saw pit and say, actually, for advanced, I want 215 planks. Okay. So each of these hold 28, so that's roughly 120. I'm going to need a lot more. So let's go 1, 2, 3. Make these the highest priority. And we're going to see how this works. Now, with our manor being built, we can also go to taxes and say, hey, 10%. The other building that we do need to consider building so that we can make money is our clay furnace. Now, currently I've got a lot of our factory stuff built in here, so I think that'll be perfect. Let's make that the highest priority. Food is a problem, but hopefully not for long. It's mostly meat. We're getting a healthy amount of vegetables and cabbage. But once we get the meat problem figured out, I think we're going to be okay. And once people move into these homes, we're going to start seeing a lot more of our regional wealth skyrocket. So we got 4 coins. Ooh, 4 whole coins. All right. So we are now importing more than we're selling, which was to be expected. What are we trading right now? Okay, we are importing rubble and stone. No, we're not. So we're mostly importing iron. Right? Yes, because we don't have any iron. So that's what's hurting us cost-wise. But hey, we're exporting some clay. And then we're going to come over here. And there's a trade, but it is a major trade. We need 160 silver to sell roof tiles. What are we sitting at as far as... So we have 101 iron slabs. Our armies are all built up. We should now be able to expand our forces. I want 3 groups of archers and 1 more group of spearmen. Once this army gets fielded, I think we're going to be a lot happier. Control 1, Control 2, and then our third group will be our archers, Control 3. Okay. New families moving in, which is fine. You've got livestock. You've got livestock. Oh no! Lightning struck! Oh no, and it's the thing I needed the most. Alright, people. Somebody put out this fire. Jesus Christ. Well, you know what? Run! You fool! Somebody come get this ox. Don't just stand there and get it. You look very confused. Oh, this is the worst. I had to take a screenshot of that. That's going to be our thumbnail for the next episode. Yeah, I think that building's lost. Did you just explode? Alright, rebuild it. You know what? Actually, this is as good a point as any. Let's go ahead and save the game here. Next time we come back, we'll recover from that and we'll start building up to build our fort. Once our fort is built, we will be nigh unstoppable. So, hey, everyone. Thank you very much for joining. YouTube, thank you very much. Usually I stream the weekend in the evenings. And throughout the week, either Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday, you will see me streaming in the day. But I really appreciate you guys stopping by. Much love to you. If you like what you saw, you can hit the subscription or notification bell or just tune in during those times and you'll see me streaming live. Much love to you all. Bye-bye. All right. The rest of us, we're going to find the roof. The roof is on fire. We're going to go find somebody to raid. Get you those 250 channel points, which we're going to use tomorrow for our chat versus streamer